Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to A Better World with Adrienne. I'm excited to be dropping in with you today. I'm excited to be channeling on this topic. This is why yoga butt is blocking new earth. And I I'm doing this episode based off of a story of something that happened in my life like a week ago at the gym. And I was like, every good teaching, every good lesson, like the best way to discover what it really means is through a story. And if you haven't listened to the episode called The Frequency That Manifests Everything, definitely go listen to that. It's kind of a spoiler alert I'm going to give right now. However, the frequency that manifests everything is literally fun and joy and play because play is our natural state. And so I got this download and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do a podcast about that and it's going to be so fun. So that's what we are doing today. Before I dive fully in, there are two ways that you can get in my world, go deep into this work with me inside New Earth Elite, which is this movement of souls. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper into these at the end of the podcast. However, if you are someone who has been listening to the podcast, been wanting to get in my work, been wanting to become a client, wanting to go deep and master all of these things, there are two ways you can do that, and you can go check out the links in the show notes. First is I'm leading a new group activation experience called Colorize. It starts on March 9th. It is live. Whether you are receiving this before March 9th or after March 9th, you will be able to receive it. This is going to be a recorded experience, and then people will be able to receive it and learn from it and grow in the space for years and years and years to come. So if you want to join that, go to the link, get all the details. And the other thing is I have one space, literally one space available for one-on-one Lux mentorship. This is advanced, this is elite, this is really focused on high net worth mavericks, visionaries, founders. You are 10xing all of your goals in 2026 in health, wealth, happiness, and freedom. So the application, the link to sign up for both of those experiences is in the show notes. I would absolutely love to welcome you. So if you feel the call, even before receiving this episode, go take action, get the details. Like I said, there's one spot for one-on-one Lux, and Colorize has limited spaces available. There's no application for that, which is actually kind of rare for my work. So get your booty in now if you feel the call. Okay, let's go into today's transmission. Before we drop in, reminder that every single time you press play on this podcast, this is not just a podcast. This is not just where you just like get entertained. This is where you level up your life, your mindsets, portals to healing, portals to your power, ways to think about things, different perspectives. Like, this is a place where you get to heal and learn and grow, and it literally means nothing if you don't implement it, right? So, when you press play on this podcast, you are accessing a grid of light of all of the souls that listen to this podcast on A Better World with Adrienne. Literally, souls from all around the world on every single continent listen to this podcast. And so you're tapping into that grid of light. And so this is an activation. And on the altar today, I have red roses. I've been working more deeply with red roses than I ever have in my life because I feel really deep, viscerally called to Mary Magdalene more than I have in my whole life. It's about passion. It is about unconditional love. It is about the heart space. It is about boundaries and the thorns that are required to hold the immensity and potency of a rose blooming flower petals. And it's really about just this passion and this fierce passion. There's a level of fierce energy that's coming through me, that's coming through the world, that must come through you for you to channel your highest contribution, for you to birth your dream, your vision, your soul mission, your soul potential. So that is on the altar. And we're going to take 2 deep breaths together to just anchor our frequencies before we begin. Because honestly, your greatest asset in your life is your attention. You're always going to be able to make more money. You're always going to be able to get like literally your time and your attention is the only non-renewable resource. You cannot get that back. You cannot get your time back. We have a certain amount of time on this planet and then it's over. And then we have next life, right? Um, be here now. Any multitasking, not a vibe. So let's take 2 deep breaths together. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. You might even open up your arms and shake them out a little bit. And then one more inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Okay. Now let's talk about yoga butt. So, first of all, yoga butt, what is it? If you don't know what this is not gender specific. This is the phenomenon, what I would call an epidemic of people who have no strength in their glutes. They have flat butts, asses, and it really is an indicator, first of longevity, first of overall health, first of, just high performance. And lastly, it's something that I've noticed nobody wants and most people allow, right? Nobody wants yoga butt. Nobody wants a flat butt. Nobody wants to have no junk in the trunk, they might call it. And yet, 99.9% of people allow themselves to have a flat butt. A yoga butt. It's called yoga butt, this flat, no butt thing. Why is that? We're going to get into all of this, and this is a metaphor for what's blocking New Earth. What is New Earth? New Earth is bringing heaven on earth back to our planet. It is harmonizing the ancient codes. It is love, abundance, bliss, peace, freedom for all people, okay? The synergy of the natural of Mother Earth and humans and animals and the plant kingdom and the mineral kingdom and the animal kingdom, and just like truly living lives of miracles all day, every single day in total bliss. This is not only possible, each of us has an important part in bringing this reality to our planet right now. There's what's going on the planet right now is it's not excess darkness, it's excess light. There's so much light coming into the planet that we're almost blinded, not almost, we're blinded by the light because it's so bright that we see darkness. However, it's just because there's so much light coming in. So what you've got to do, what I've got to do, what we've all got to do is consistently up level our minds, our bodies, our souls, our brains, our energetic fields, and ways of being to actually reveal the light, to manifest more light, to manifest more miracles, more abundance, just receive more. And yoga butt is blocking this. And I'm going to get into why. I'm going to get into why right now. So there's a story behind this. And for you that don't know this about me, I have an amazing butt. And I have no problem saying that, owning that, you know, was I born with a certain body type? Yes. Have I built that shit since I was literally 14 years old, which is 20 years? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. In the squat rack, doing deadlifts. I'm working with resistance bands all the time. I remember when I broke my foot in 2019, I invested in all these ankle weights because I was like, there's no way my butt is gonna sag just because my foot's broken. And then I remember even during COVID, I was like, nope, I'm not gonna have a flat butt. And then I remember when I turned 30, I was like, guess what? I'm going to be hotter in my 30s than my 20s. And I share all that. And, that might be, this is playful, this is fun. And also, this is a wild permission slip of like, if you don't feel this way about your body, then you've got an up level to do in your physical health. You should be in a space where you are really proud of how you look and you turn yourself on and you are hot on purpose. It's actually one of the most deepest expressions of your spirituality and your reverence for life and your reverence for creator is your relationship with your body, because your body is the house for your soul. And this expresses in all different ways. It expresses through food. It expresses through the way you know, either build an amazing strong body or don't build an amazing strong body. The way you like feel beautiful and create your own beauty or you don't create beauty. It's like it's really important. People overlook it and it's actually the foundation. This is why health is the first quadrant in New Earth Elite. And the thing is, if you want to make money, if you want to manifest literally anything else in your life, it starts with your body. It begins and ends with the state of your body. So here's the story. I was at the gym and this woman came up to me and she was probably, I think, in her like 60s or 70s. Honestly, I can't tell sometimes because depending on where I am in the world, like for example, on Maui, everybody looks like 20 years younger than they would at that age on the mainland because the energy is so clean and they're so tapped in and living from the earth. Same in Greece. Same in all the blue zones I've been in my life, right? You get to the mainland in the US and it's like people age really, really fast. And, there's all physical and spiritual and energetic reasons for why. I will say, if you want to give yourself spiritual Botox, run toward what makes you happy. You will never ever feel the need to have Botox if you do what makes you happy. You won't wrinkle. If you are not consuming poisonous food, you won't like all of that stuff is just like it's a non-issue when you live in deep alignment and clarity and vitality from the ancient codes. So, this woman, she was maybe in her 60s, and she came up to me and she was like, I have just got to tell you, I was thinking this the other day when I saw you, and I chickened out on saying it. She was like, I've got to tell you, you have the most amazing butt. She was like, that is the butt that everybody should have. Like, everybody wants that. And I just saw you and I was like, I want that. And it was really powerful because it went along it first of all it opened up a really fun dialogue between me and a stranger. And so this just goes to show you like positive energy creates a ripple of impact. People have no idea. Like this woman has no idea that she inspired me to record this podcast that's going to reach hundreds of thousands of people. She has no idea, and she did that, right? Now, is this something I think about all the time? Yes, it is. And she prompted it. So, first lesson here is like if you have a kind word to say to someone, say it. And she was even like a little bit sheepish after. She's like, I didn't think it would be weird. And I was like, no, it's not weird at all. It's amazing. And it opened up this conversation, and I was like, well, you can build it. I said, it's just like anything else in life. If you want it, you can build it. And we had this dialogue back and forth, and she was like, oh, well, yeah, you can either build it or you can pay for it, talking about like implants or whatever people do. And honestly, like, I don't believe in that stuff. I believe in doing things the correct way. It's the difference between instant gratification and a long-term blessing. Like, do you want the instant gratification of like doing zero spiritual work to get a quick hit physical result that isn't even real, that will disintegrate? Or are you going to be the strong, powerful spiritual person who does the deep physical and energetic work to create the result that actually builds health, that actually builds vitality, that actually builds the lasting blessing? This is why I don't believe in Ozempic. A lot of people talk about Ozempic. Ozempic itself isn't good or bad. To me, it robs the person taking it, it robs you of becoming the person you came here to be, becoming that person of deep integrity, becoming that person who follows through. Because honestly, being overweight is not normal, it's not natural, it's normalized mediocrity in a sick society. I have done so many podcasts about this. So if you can just go back and listen to, I've done, how to transcend a sick society, intuition and food. I've done how to master your holy habits. Like, this is my zone of genius. If you want to go deep into this, apply for the last space in one-on-one Lux mentorship, like for real. And anytime you listen to this podcast, if there's a space open, that application will be there. Just apply. And at the very, least, you'll get put on a wait list for when a space opens. We will be touching on this slightly in Color Eyes. However, it's a group experience and it's only 8 weeks long, which to me, every elite health up level happens minimum in 6 months. Minimum. So she was like, well, you can build it or you can buy it. And, she wasn't hiring me to coach her. So I obviously didn't start coaching her on that. However, it was so interesting. And I thought about it my whole workout. I was like, yeah, yoga butt is blocking new earth. This is exactly what's blocking new earth. And so I just sat down and I wrote out 10 bullet points of key insights, downloads on what this all means and how you can apply it in your life. I think I've already taught probably like 11 to 20 like golden nuggets that if you implement them relentlessly will change your whole life. Now, the reason why mentorship matters is the reason why getting in the room matters, the reason why breath work matters is because information without implementation and integration and installation into the operating system of your life literally means nothing. Talk is cheap, intentions are cheap, action is true character. And why does breath work matter? Because breath work unlocks the part of you that controls 95% of your decisions all day. So you could listen to this podcast. It's not a willpower thing. It's a nervous system thing, it's a habits thing, and it's a do you have the correct kind of mentorship thing? Because as you will hear in the rest of this episode, if you do what most people do, you will have a mediocre life of sadness and regret and being average. And you are not here to be average, my friend. Being average is literally soul suicide. Being average is literally soul suicide. Nobody is meant to be average. We are all meant for greatness. We are all coded for greatness. It's just, do you claim that greatness? Do you create it every single day? So here are the 10 downloads on this topic. First thing, levity, play, joy, life is a game. So even the fact that I'm making a podcast called Yoga Butt is blocking new earth is hilarious. Okay? It's hilarious. It's playful. It's light. It's fun. It's free. And there's a levity and a joy and a lightness that we've all got to stay tapped into if we want to stay in the frequency of creation, if we want to stay in the frequency of magic, the frequency that literally manifests anything. Like, are there serious things going on in life? Yes. Is it ever really that serious? No, this is all an illusion. This is all a hologram. This is all a game. Like even the most challenging extreme things happening on the globe right now, like you can be in a state of levity and joy. Honestly, the people that are in the deepest poverty usually have way more joy than my clients who are in like the highest frequencies, highest tax brackets of wealth, right? Like, just because you're a billionaire doesn't mean you have this levity and this play and this joy, right? And what is New Earth Elite about? It's about having it all. You get to be happy. You get to be healthy. You get to be wealthy. You get to be free. You get to be living your destiny. You get to be on divine assignment. You get to be having that big, beautiful, audacious booty that you're proud of and looking in the mirror being like, I am hot. Okay? Not for anybody else, but for you and creator. Like, stop worrying about your soulmate. If you don't turn yourself on, you're not going to turn anybody else on, right? So, the first download is can we have more fun in life? Can we remember this is a game, right? Yoga butt, not the vibe. Yoga butt is straight up blocking New Earth, right? And here are the 10, subcategories. Number two, I touched on this already. You can build anything you want in life. Literally anything you want, you can build it. Hard work beats talent every single time. So this is coming from I had a career in classical music. I've been a high performance coach for over 15 years. I have been on world stages playing in front of thousands and thousands and thousands of people around the world in a very specific way where there was one right way to do things and achieved world class levels. Talent doesn't mean anything. People sit on raw talent all day, every day. Hard work beats talent every single time. Now, when you have the combination, that's when you really go full throttle in life. I would say obsession is more important than talent. Are you obsessed with it? Because if you're not obsessed, then you will quit. You can build anything you want in life. Hard work beats talent every single time. The reason that we aren't living in New Earth yet is because, first of all, there's two kinds of people that come into my work in this world. And you're going to listen and you're going to know exactly which one you are um, aligned with most of the time. So, two extremes enter my world. It's either one extreme where you're extremely spiritual and you have a lot of work to do with discipline and structure and taking action. That's one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is I have these elite high performers coming in my world that are seeking mastery in the spiritual realm, right? So you're locked in on discipline. You're locked in on hard work. You're like, yeah, I know I've got to you work hard, but it's like a lot of times you're working hard from self-hatred, self-loathing. You don't understand intuition. You're not playing you're playing linear time when you've got to be playing quantum time, right? You can build anything you want in life. We don't have New Earth because we haven't built it. Just like most people in life have a yoga butt because they haven't built the amazing ass that they are destined to have, that they're supposed to have. They have not built it. And they've been fed a lie that they've got to be soft and just like do all this like stuff when it's like, yo, you don't have a strong fortress for the magic you're here to steward. Like, it's really, really important, and it's a metaphor for New Earth. So, number three, the fundamentals of mastery, precision, and structure are missing. So, in terms of this yoga butt, like, if you were to watch me work out, it's very obvious that I'm working glutes. It's very obvious the muscles I'm targeting. I'm targeting them on purpose. You know, a lot of people, there's this like thing that happens where they're like, oh, you're so lucky. And I'm like, by lucky, do you mean I strategically target these muscles 3 times a week and then fuel my body with amazing food and have done it for 20 years? If that's what you mean by lucky, then yes, I'm lucky as hell. But that's not luck. It's strategic, it's premeditated, it's on purpose. And what happens is that people, you can't be a victim anymore when you know that you're on the hook for all your results. So, yoga butt is just a lack of structure and mastery in the fundamentals of what it means to build an amazing body. Everybody wants a great ass. The 1% of the 1% will build it. It's the same with anything else in life. It's the same with New Earth. Why do people expect an overnight result when you do something once? New Earth is not Amazon Prime, all right? An amazing butt is not Amazon Prime. Yoga butt is just, you've neglected your glutes. That's what it is. So there are fundamentals, habits, fundamentals, the basics. This is the biggest thing I see blocking New Earth is people don't understand the basic needle movers to do every single day to build a dream, to build a vision, to like, and I don't care who you are at what level. Like if you're just starting out or if you're someone scaling from millionaire to billionaire, there is an elevated frequency of mastering the fundamentals that you must do. I don't care if you're already in amazing elite health. You've got to up level your health even more to steward the next level. Like the cool thing about this game is that it never ends. There's always more to learn and grow. And yeah, the fundamentals are missing. People are missing the fundamentals. Okay, number 4, you're not burnt out, you're bored and not challenged. So something with yoga butt is a result of this group think where people think they're gonna hurt themselves by having challenge. Like it happens a lot in people in who if you're in a woman's body, not as much with men, however, it's across the board, I would say, that people have just gotten soft. And you think you're gonna hurt yourself by lifting heavy weights. You think you're gonna you mess up your hormones. You think you're gonna, you know, mess up your nervous system. You know what's actually messing up your nervous system? Not being challenged and not having intensity. You're bored. You're not challenged. Most people are burnt out because you're bored. You're not using your energy. So there's all this energy within your body. It has nowhere to go out. So it literally burns you from the inside out. And then you think you've got to rest more. And it's like, no, the correct use of your energy is to move the energy. Be challenged. It's huge. Number 5, rest and digest doesn't alter what happened in fight or flight. Okay. Again, this is just speaking to this. It's a pattern I see blocking New Earth that is expressed in yoga butt. The chronic yoga butt we see. There is a narrative, and it's very bizarre, that we should always be in rest and digest. You've always got to be in rest and digest. Oh, you've always got to be peaceful, blah, 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 blah. This is deeply fucking harmful. First of all, if you're always in rest or digest and your body is never in a state of fight or flight, you never know how to operate in that condition, which means when something actually challenging happens, you will shatter. This is what happened in COVID. COVID was deeply exposing. It exposed people's command of their nervous system, command of their mindset, and the personal growth they had done up to that point. Okay. If you had already been in personal development during COVID, you probably were thriving. I mean, I was thriving. A lot of people I know really spun it to gold, right? That's not an accident. It's because we had done a lot of work of like, okay, I'm not in rest or digest all the time. And like the things in my life that I'm here to heal, like trauma doesn't happen in rest and digest. It happens in fight or flight. So why is there a narrative that we are going to heal something in a state that wasn't the state that it happened in? It's like, think about it this way. Let's just, for example, say that in location A, you had a traumatic experience that you know you've got to heal to access the next level of your dream, right? Location A. You keep going to location B to try and heal it. And it's like, you're not going to heal it if you don't go to where it actually happened. And I feel so passionate and fiery about this. And this is why I'm so passionate as well about all of this shit with the nervous system and breath work. I just did an episode about nervous system and breath work explained, um, where I basically bust a bunch of myths that are floating around out there about yoga breathing, box breathing. And, by the way, I used to teach yoga. I still do yoga at least once a week. Yoga is powerful, it's really important, and it doesn't make you stronger. It doesn't build muscle. It lengthens, it opens, it stretches, it cleanses if you're doing hot yoga. It does not build you. Okay. If you're constantly going to location A, location B to try and fix something that happened in location A, that's a fool's errand. You're never going to do it. Okay. This is why the breath work I facilitate, it's actually extremely cutting edge. It's not any breath work that most people do. We don't go to location B as rest and digest. We go to location A. We activate your sympathetic nervous system on purpose. Why? Because that's the state you were in when the trauma occurred. People want to go to rest and digest because they're addicted to their comfort zone. If you want the quickest way to create a life that makes you sad and small, go to your comfort zone. If you want a life that makes you happy and fully expressed and wealthy in every single way, go to your go outside your comfort zone. Go and chase discomfort, right? Okay, number 5. Being hot is spiritual. Okay? Yoga butt is blocking new earth. One of the biggest blocks to new earth is that people are not hot. People are not in elite vitality. Your body is a house for your soul. Your body is a temple. If you're allowing yoga butt, that means you're not strengthening your temple. That means you're not being precise. That means you're not doing the work required for the largest muscle groups in your body. By the way, I used to be a personal trainer. I used to be a beach body coach. Like, I what people don't realize, some of the things I do for my clients that people don't realize is I write workouts for you based on your astrology. We do a ton with nutrition based on shamanism, the chakras, like your unique blueprint and human design. Like, I am a unicorn mentor, and being hot is spiritual. Having yoga butt is a choice to not be great. So if you're someone and you're out there and you have a flat booty, like, what if you took that as, oh, I'm literally sitting on, like, pun intended, I'm sitting on one of the sources of my greatest power. The greatest muscles in my body the biggest muscles in your body are your glutes. And they're actually a direct indicator of longevity, how long you're going to be able to sit and stand up on your own into old age. Like, this is all very basic common knowledge. Common sense is not common practice. That's why you work with me. That's why you sign up for mentorship. That's why you sign up for Color Eyes, to go from it being common sense to common practice in your life. And then when you do that, you create elite, amazing results. And then people are like, oh my God, how'd you do that? And you're like, oh, I just did all the things that everybody knows will work consistently. That's it. Being hot is spiritual. One of the biggest blocks to New Earth is people are not hot. You're not the hottest that you can be. You're not at your, and this again, it's this frequency of joy and play, but it's like, how can you be hotter? And for yourself, your vitality determines all of your manifestation. Yoga butt literally tells me you are nowhere near your potential. Okay, number 7, I just want to share a definition of high performance. Um, High performance is elite levels of excellence. So, a higher level of excellence than most people will ever achieve over the long term, and loving who you are as you do it. That is my definition of high performance. A lot of people get scared of high performance a lot, and this again is blocking New Earth. Without the fusion of spiritual mastery and high performance, we will never build New Earth. This yoga butt, it's like, okay, a lot of spiritual mastery there. Where's the high performance? Right? And you're going to know which one you teeter on. Do you teeter more to spiritual, or do you teeter more to high performance? And honestly, they both are the same thing. High performance is the expression of spirituality, and spirituality is the expression of high performance. You literally cannot have one without the other in a pure state. And it's just about compounding and compounding and compounding and leveraging and leveraging and leveraging and spiraling up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And the limit does not exist, right? Okay. Number 8, yoga butt is overstretched. I think I shared a little bit of this already. Overstretched, lacks strength, it's mediocrity, and what most people allow that they don't actually want. So, again, with this being the metaphor for the block to New Earth, like deep down, every single person in their soul wants to live their dream. Everybody wants to live their soul purpose, right? Why do most people never access that? Because they allow things that they don't actually want, whether it's emotional bandwidth, physical bandwidth, energetic bandwidth. Like, it is some destinies are not things that are stumbled upon, they are chosen, they are claimed. What most people do, and I want you to get really real with yourself, and I'm reflecting on this as well every single day. One thing to know about me is that I never have a higher, no one will ever have a higher expectation for me than me. I never ask anybody to do or live in a way that I don't expect for myself, right? And it's coming from this place of deep reverence for life. Like, if you really lived as a child of Creator, God Source, the universe, you would have way higher standards. You would take different action and you would do it immediately. Now, there are a lot of things that stand in the way that we get to remove through healing, knowledge, and skill in this lifetime. However, what I want you to get really real, what do you allow in your life that you don't actually want? Nobody wants yoga butt, but they allow it through their behavior, through their addictions, through their choices, through their lack of audacity, through the lack of action. And this is why you don't love, trust, respect yourself. This is why you second guess. This is why you hesitate. because you haven't been trustworthy with you, because you know what will work and then you don't do it. Okay. This is the core essence of my work in Holy Habits that I do with you um, in New Earth Elite. Okay. Number 9, resistance is what builds. Okay. Yoga will activate the glutes. It will not build the glutes. Okay? If you want to build anything, what does the idea of build mean? You create something that didn't exist before. I feel inspired to look up the definition of build. Build definition. To construct something by putting parts or material together, to make stronger or more intense. The style or form of construction of something, especially a vehicle, right? Okay, so to make something stronger or construct it, you must have resistance. You must move heavy weight. Where in your life, this is a metaphor, right? Remember, we're talking about the blocks to new earth. And your specific role in new earth is are you living your soul's dream? Are you living your mission? Are you manifesting with precision and wild momentum at warp speed? If not, you've got shit to master. And by the way, we all have shit to master every single day, all day, myself included. All right. Resistance is what builds. Where in your life do you see resistance as a red light when it's a green light? This is why people have yoga butt. They're like, oh, but strength training is hard. It's like, yeah, it's supposed to be hard. It's called resistance training. No resistance, no reward. No resistance, no growth. Literally, when you do resistance training on your glutes, on any part of your body, strength training, that is the only thing that builds muscle. And what happens? You make micro tears in your muscles that then build new muscle. Where in your life are you running away from resistance when the most important thing is you've got to run right into it? A lot of people come up against this when they are coming into New Earth Elite. It's, my clients, for the most part, like you've had many coaches, you've had lots of mentorship, like you love investing in yourself, all these things. However, when you work with me, it calls you to a higher game. It calls you to a higher game of what you allow yourself to receive, a new standard, a new frequency of money that you're investing a lot of times. And people have resistance. And it's like, okay, resistance is the green light. It's where strength is built. And when you get really comfy, not comfy, but when you start to see what happens when you leverage resistance, you get addicted to it. Like it hurts so good. It's like that feeling of being so sore after an awesome workout and you're like, yo, I am so strong. And just like it changes the chemical makeup of your brain, literally all the cells in your body. This is so important and it's a huge block for New Earth. And it's why everybody has yoga butt. Here's the thing. If you're going to be elite, if you're here for New Earth Elite, you will not have yoga butt. Like, because of all of this. And definitely hire me if you want support in doing that, because I will support you in the physical, the energetic, like the emotional, the quantum, all of it for a really hot booty and literally everything else in your destiny. Okay, number 10, the last thing I'll share today is like, do you have the strength and structure and physical vessel required to steward your greatest vision? So, the biggest block to New Earth is that, we're seeing right now on our planet is a lot of the old systems are shattering and crumbling before our eyes. And the reason the new systems are not happening yet is because the structure isn't built for them yet. We don't have the structures in place to steward these new visions, these new manifestations, these new realities, right? And so there's on a macro level, it's also on a micro level within you and your soul and your psyche and your body. And it's like Yoga butt is not going to build new earth. Yoga butt is weak. There is a tenacity, there is an intensity that we've got to reclaim for new earth. Like weak people snap the moment adversity arises. Yoga butt cannot lift heavy shit. It's all the same energetic, just in different parts of life. So, do you have the strength? Do you have the structure? Do you have the reps? Imagine New Earth is, oh, God's putting a bunch of weight on you for you to lift. If you haven't been in the training room, there's no way you're going to lift that. There's no way we don't rise to the level of our hopes. We fall to the level of our training. Archilochus said that. I will die on that hill, on that quote. It's so true. You have got to train for high performance. High performance isn't something like, oh, wow, I'm being called to a higher game in my mission. I guess I'm going to rise to the occasion. It's like, no, you will fall to the state of your nervous system. You will fall to your habits. You will fall to how you have trained. Most people don't train, so then they shatter when adversity strikes. This is the biggest block to New Earth. This is total yoga, but New Earth block. Tenacity, strength, reps. So, yoga butt is definitely blocking new earth. And these are the 10 golden nuggets that are going to activate you into the anti yoga butt, which is the big, bodacious, beautiful, juicy booty ass butt on your physical vessel and then in every single part of your soul mission. Okay. I love this episode. I'm obsessed with it. I can't wait to hear what landed most for you first. If you've never written a review of the podcast, write a review. I would love to hear from you. It's free and it's a very easy way for you to support the podcast. This is my offering to the collective and it helps it get to way more people. Second, share it with someone you know would love this. Someone you know who's on a path of growth, someone you know who's seeking this level of expansion. And now I want to talk to you and invite you and share with you about the ways to work with me. So, if you are ignited by this episode, just imagine what it's like to have me as your coach daily. Like, is it fun? Yes. Is it intense? Yes. Is it life-changing? Yes. Is there a you before and a you after? Yes. Is everything that doesn't match your highest vibration going to end and be transformed? Yes. Are you going to achieve things that you never have up till this point? Yes. So there's two ways. Colorize. Colorize is an 8-week activation inside New Earth Elite, and it's all about living a joyful, high vibrancy, frequency life. It is about adding that pop of color back into your life. It is about boldly reclaiming your magic, your creativity, your inner child. It's about living your life wide open with a wide open heart. Our main focus is relentless, audacious happiness and joy. This is like what we are locking into. You're going to create permanent access points and highways into this frequency beyond any circumstance. Okay, the world is numbed out. The world is doom scrolling. The world is dull. The world forgot their color. Not you, not me, not us. It's time to colorize. If you don't colorize your life, you will not magnetize what's meant for you. Okay? Natural energetic law is you magnetize everything you desire instantly into your field. Okay, if that's not happening for you all day, every day, you've got to colorize your life. It's living a vibrant life. It's living a joyful life. It's unhinged pleasure. It's unhinged happiness. So that's the first thing. You're going to learn how to balance your own chakras, obviously, astrology, breathwork, high performance. It's 8 weeks long, daily coaching, and then 8 live transmissions. There are limited spots. There's no application. You can literally go and just book your spot right now. So if you feel called to this and you've been wanting to work with me, and especially if the one-on-one Lux investment is like an extreme stretch for you, this is where you want to get in. Okay. I rarely do group activations, um, like rarely that are at this intermediate level. So if this is you, go to the link in the show notes. Literally, the only requirement is that your soul feels pulled to this frequency and you are fully committed to 8 weeks of going all in on this frequency, right? And I'm actually gonna do a special surprise bonus for the first 3 people that join. So, if you feel the pull, join today, and you might be one of the first 3 people. Okay, the other way you can work with me is one-on-one Lux mentorship. I shared a little bit about this at the beginning. This is you and me riding one-on-one, locking arms long term for your highest ascension trajectory yet. This is literally me in your pocket daily, personal astrology, personal breath work, one-on-one Lux activation retreats in person, anywhere you want on the globe. We're doing jet sessions, okay? Like, what is that? That's when we do sessions in the air, in the plane, in the sky. In it activates something new. I've seen it in my clients again and again and again. It's insane. Um, for you if you're prioritizing health, wealth, happiness, and freedom. This is for insane Mavericks founders and leaders. And this is application only. I literally have one spot open. So if this is you, go to the link in the show notes. And I cannot wait to receive your application. If we are an aligned fit, I will reach out, we will get you booked, and we will literally start right away because we got shit to do, babe. We got shit to do. Okay. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you joy. I'm sending you magic. Take action. Get in my world if you feel the call. Colorize starts March 9th, limited spots. And one-on-one Lux starts the moment you press pay, one spot. I believe in you. I believe in a better world. Go out there, make a stranger smile. Do not allow yoga butt literally at all in any part of your life anymore. And I will see you next time on a better world with Adrian. Also, don't forget to laugh. Laugh a lot, okay?